So you're super excited. It's the start of a new season. Maybe it's NFL, maybe it's college basketball, maybe it's hockey, maybe it's baseball, I don't know. But you're super excited because you've been waiting on your sport. It's finally back. You're eager. You've been saving your money. You're ready to bet. What do you do? Watch this video and I'm going to show you the best tips and strategies that you can implement when you're starting to bet at the beginning of the season. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living, back for another betting education video for you guys here at DYF Bets, where my goal is to help you become better sports bettors, make more money on your picks, so this way you can start being profitable and take that money and invest it in other vehicles, so this way we can start compounding our wealth and keep making more and more money, right? So I know what you're feeling. It's the beginning of a new season. You've probably been waiting in anticipation for college basketball, which just got started. Maybe you're waiting for the World Cup that gets started real soon.
Perfectly weighted, Ronaldo!
Or maybe it's just, you know, the beginning of a season that you just like, right? I don't know. But what I do know is this. You have to be real calculated when you're getting started to bet at the beginning of a season for a few specific reasons. One of the main things is I see so many people jump and get ready to bet like they've been waiting all summer for college football to return, and guess what? They saved all their money the first week. They drop about 3 parlays, 3 5% plays, and next thing you know, you've blown through your bankroll in 2 weeks. Well, I want to help you avoid that, and that's the first thing that I need you to do. I need you to manage your bankroll accordingly, and don't be so eager to bet a sport because you've been missing out on it, and then you just start loading up all the boats on all your plays because you've got all the reads, and all of a sudden now you're 2-3 weeks into the season and you have no more money left. Remember, if it's the beginning of the season, it's a marathon, not a sprint. There are going to be so many games, and truthfully, I learned this betting baseball. There's over 160 games that each one of these baseball teams play. So literally, in a given night, in the course of a season, you are literally choosing between over 1,000 different games. How are you going to be sustainable if you're betting all your money in the first few weeks? You got to understand, even college football, which is only like 14, 15 weeks long, you still can't go too crazy because there's so many games on the board. So take a step back at the beginning of the season and say, you know what? It's the first week. I'm going to ease my way into it and start betting smaller increments, or at the very least, don't go all in, so this way you're not losing your money, all right? The second thing that I need you to do is be calculated in your research. Understand that what worked for some teams last year is not going to work again this year. Now, maybe for certain teams, they've kept certain players, they've maybe kept the same coach, same system, they're going for a title run, maybe they made it to the championship game last year and fell a little bit short. These are all things that you're looking for when you're betting at the beginning of the season. What teams have the same players, the same catalyst, the same guys, maybe they added 1 or 2 pieces to help them get over the hump, and which teams look completely different, especially in college. Did seniors graduate? Did the players transfer? Like, you got to pay attention to this stuff. In professional sports, did somebody leave during free agency or maybe request a trade? Because that's going to heavily differentiate between which teams are going to do well at the beginning of the year and which teams don't. And trust me, just because you have a team that's all come together and they're a super team and you feel like they can't lose, then their chemistry might be off. So they might lose to a team that's been playing together for the last 2-3 years at the beginning of the year because they're not used to playing with each other. So that's why it's so important that you pay attention to the lineups, you pay attention to the off-season moves, you pay attention to the coaching, the injury report, the free agency, you pay attention to all of that, and then also you size into the positions with increments and real small, but that good position for your bankroll, so now you're not overexposing yourself. The last thing that I want you to do when you're betting at the beginning of a season, after you check the lineups and you check the off-season moves and you decide that you're not going to go too crazy, you're not going to go all in, is this. I want you to start taking some hypothetical bets. And what I mean by that is, let's just say you have a slate and you're going to take 2 or 3 games that day. Write down an additional 2 or 3 bets that you also would have liked or that you would have taken, but it didn't make your slate. And the reason why I want you to do this is because now you can start tracking your progress from early on and seeing which teams you have a liking to and which ones you don't. Because you might only take 3 bets on a day or in a week, 2 of the NFL, but there might be a team that you've realized by week 4 that you've hypothetically put in a bet every single week on them and you would have cashed. Well, that now lets you know that maybe this gives you an angle of another place for you to start looking or to start paying attention to this team. There's a lot of times that we get locked in on specific teams, our favorite players. We get locked in on certain things, especially if the media tells us, like, pay attention to the top 25 teams. When truthfully the team that you should be paying attention to is some team in the middle of the ACC that's covered in their first 4 games, and that could be something that's profitable for you. So pay attention to the entire slate of games, take your 1 or 2 or 3 best bets, but then also write down a few other bets that you would have taken and track those as well. So this way you can start seeing if you're on the right path and on the right progress. So this way throughout the course of the entire season, you know which teams are your best teams and which teams that aren't really doing that well for you. All right? Now, if you implement this stuff, it doesn't matter what season it is that you bet. I promise you, you're going to be profitable. You're going to allow the data to tell you what to look for, and then you're going to now be able to position yourself to take advantage of the marathon that the entire season's going to give you, and you can get paid day after day, week after week, and continue to run up that bag. So don't get too eager at the beginning of the season, but wait for your spots, wait for your opportunities, and take advantage of it, because at the beginning of the season, it's truthfully the best time to bet, because that's when the lines have not adjusted and there's some discrepancies, but it's also the time that most people get trapped because they go all in and over leverage, and we don't want that. So don't over leverage. Take some time, get acclimated to the sport, get acclimated to this season, pay attention to what's going on in the off season, and then most importantly, track your bets so this way you can start identifying which teams are giving you a positive trend and which ones aren't. Follow me for more sports betting tips. Subscribe to the channel where I'll have videos for you about other sports betting education, and then also some of my best bets. And then we also have the Telegram group as well, where I'm dropping daily winners and daily picks that are cashing every single day, and people are making money, and I want to see you make it too. All right, let's get to it. Let's make some money and dictate your fate today. Let's go.